Thursday evening. Thanks for tuning in tonight for Unscripted. Well, it was a gorgeous sunny day really across the region, but those frigid temperatures, they're definitely holding on as we inch closer to the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix has more on that winter weather. Joe, it looks like really no relief in sight as far as these temperatures go. Yeah,
I mean, a chilly day today. You can see temperatures right now behind me there in the teens. Tomorrow will be in the 20s. Now, we should be in the mid and upper 30s.
Okay.
So we were running about 15, almost 20 degrees below normal today. But no big thaw coming up. We're going to show you that. We'll show you kind of the reason why, too. And if you like the snow, Melissa.
Yeah.
We're going to have some just about every day now.
Oh, well, great.
Coming up, at least chances for snow as we move ahead.
Okay.
So, lots to talk about in weather. We'll have that a little later.
Well, community support continues to grow in the wake of the Rebecca Park case. Captain Greg Bach of the Salvation Army has been present in court and alongside first responders, offering comfort to those struggling most. Captain Bach says that he spent the past several weeks standing alongside family, friends, and community members shaken by the details of the Rebecca Park case. Now, he's been in the courtroom for each arraignment, often as a familiar face for the people the Salvation Army serve every day. Now, Bach also delivered food and coffee to Michigan State Police and Wexford County deputies the night Rebecca's body was found, hoping, he says, to offer even just a small measure of support.
You know, there's been many times after that I've given a hug, or people have come to me and they've said, why, Captain, just why? Why is there so much of this happening, not just here, but everywhere? Like, what causes this? And, you know, the answer is pure evil. You know, I think it's just, it's pure evil that's causing it.
Bach says the Salvation Army remains available for anyone affected, offering a place to talk, to process grief, and even lean on one another as the community continues to heal. And as we wait for legal proceedings in the Rebecca Park case to move forward, we're finding answers tonight to some of the questions viewers have been asking the most. One that we've seen a lot because Park's body was found on federal land. This case could be moved to federal court. Our Alec Baxter has those answers.
The venue of it is not necessarily where the body is found. It's ultimately where the crime was committed.
Adam Dreer has a long history as a prosecutor at the local and federal level, including time in Wayne County prosecuting homicide cases. We asked him if where Rebecca Park's body was found changes anything in the investigation or legal proceedings.
It sounded like the Wexford County prosecutor had evidence to suggest that the crime started at the house. And so I think that continuing action will still allow the people of the state of Michigan to prosecute this case.
1/10 of Michigan is federal land, including the Manistee National Forest where Park was found. But as Adam explains, this doesn't mean the case will be automatically prosecuted federally. Instead, it gives the federal government the option to prosecute if they want to.
There's a Supreme Court opinion that really reflects that both the state of Michigan and the federal government have the ability to prosecute any crime that's committed. But the issue really becomes resource allocation. In other words, if one sovereign, here the state of Michigan, is already going forward, already has a case, I don't necessarily think the federal government would jump in and take this over.
Adam also says the seriousness of the allegations against Brad and Courtney Bartholomew would already ensure they would face the penalty of life in prison.
You know, with Michigan already having such a severe penalty for these, I would be surprised if the federal government also tried to get in on it as well.
It's Michigan's strict penalties that Adam points to as a reason for why it's uncommon for the federal government to involve themselves in a case like this.
And I can assure you that the penalties for murder in the first degree do not provide any sort of discretion to the sentencing judge whatsoever. If a defendant is convicted of murder in the first degree, the court must impose a life without parole sentence, meaning there's no parole board. That individual will be in prison for the rest of their natural life.
Michigan was the first state to get rid of the death penalty, but some have asked if that penalty would be back on the table if by chance Courtney and Brad are convicted on the federal level as well. Adam says he doesn't think so.
Even if the federal government were to come in and prosecute this, they would still rely heavily on Michigan law in terms of the penalties associated with it.
Meaning even if Courtney and Brad are tried with federal procedures, the charges would still be grounded in Michigan law, which forbids the death penalty.
That although right now they are accused of some very horrible acts, at this point they are still accusations. And so certainly we have to allow the process to determine what happened in the right procedure.
That was Up North Live's Allie Baxter reporting. We, of course, will continue to follow any updates in this case as it moves forward. Turning over to state news right now, Democratic lawmakers in Lansing looking to expand vaccination information for families. Up North Live's political reporter Remington Hernandez has more on what this could mean for parents and families.
State House Democrats say they're introducing a package of 11 bills to give parents more information about where they send their children and how they can prepare them. At a Thursday afternoon press conference, State House Democrats unveiled their plan to counter changes to vaccine policy on the federal level as Centers for Disease Control advisors weigh changes to adolescent vaccine schedules.
Their reckless actions require state-level policy responses, such as the Empower Parents and Protect Communities package.
The proposal would clarify vaccine waiver policies, publish vaccination rate numbers for schools and child care centers, codify vaccine recommendations from physician-led organizations, as well as recommendations from the state of Michigan. The lawmakers feel it gives parents more options.
While Michigan law has so far emphasized the right of individual parents to make choices that dissent from standard medical practices, our package will restore the balance in protecting the rights of every other parent in that vicinity as well.
The package would also require insurers to cover recommended vaccinations. A pediatrician speaking at the press conference stressed how important she feels vaccines are for children.
Every day I wake up and think to myself, how can I be a better parent today? How can I be a better pediatrician today? And part of that is ensuring that those who want the choice to vaccinate have access to that choice.
State Representative Phil Skaggs cited rises in illnesses like measles and deaths of children in other states to underscore why he feels passing the package is urgent.
But I think it should be clear what's going to happen given the attacks on vaccines. People, children are going to die. And it is our responsibility as elected officials and as parents and adults to protect those children. And that's what this package does.
The package of bills is expected to be introduced officially next week, and the lawmakers at the press conference say they are urging their colleagues to do what they see is right. At the Capitol in Lansing, I'm Remington Hernandez reporting.
Switching gears and looking ahead to the weekend with this winter weather in store for us. The cold snap is helping ski areas this week as they get ready to open for the season. The snow guns have been working overtime at Crystal Mountain Resort in Benzie County. Crystal Mountain will have the chairlifts rolling by 9 a.m. tomorrow. And we're chatting tonight with Brittany Primo with Crystal Mountain in Benzie County. Brittany, it's good to see you, lady.
It's good to see you too, Melissa. I'm so glad to be joining you on Unscripted.
Well, I'm just as glad. You're nice and bundled outside, which makes sense with all of the snow and the frigid temperatures we're seeing.
Yes, and it is cold, but remember, there's no bad weather, just bad gear. So make sure you layer up and embrace the winter in northern Michigan. I'm out at Crystal right now, and the snow guns are on. And they've been on since 7 o'clock last night, so we are, and we'll keep them on.
Okay.
Until the skiers come out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. So, like, you guys are ready because everything officially opens at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we actually have 8 lifts, but we'll have 3 of them open tomorrow. So we'll have the Loki chairlift, the Buck chairlift, and one of our magic carpets in the learning area. And we'll have at least 7 of our 59 downhill runs. But I have a feeling that we might open a few more because we've had the snow guns on for about 24 hours now, and they'll be on all night. So our skiers and riders might be in for a treat tomorrow morning with a little extra runs.
Now, do you get to try the slopes before everybody else, since you know you are there right now and you're part of Crystal?
Yeah, and you know what? I got my skis and my boots in the car, so I'm actually ready to go. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, This is opening day is so exciting, and everyone wants that coveted first chair. So we'll do first chair on the Loki chairlift at 9 a.m. and the first 4 people get a photo with the banner and a photo with our new mascot, Buck. Ooh. He's a white-tailed deer, and he's going to be ready for photo opportunities and high fives. And ready to welcome skiers and snowboarders.
Brittany, what about any new events or holiday activities this year at Crystal? Anything people can expect that maybe you didn't have there previously?
Yeah, so actually, I know we're talking all about skiing and snowboarding, but we actually have indoor golf this year too, which is exciting. It's the first time that Crystal's offered year-round golf, so we have 2 golf simulators indoors. And then, we've just made upgrades to our snowmaking throughout the summer. We've made upgrades to our cross-country center and the cross-country trails, which will be open this weekend. Cross-country trails, fat tire biking, snowshoeing. So we have the winter trails open and the downhill trails. And as far as on Sunday, we actually have our ski and ride for bacon event, which is every lift ticket that's sold, $5 from every lift ticket will go to the Benzie area Christian Neighbors. And that's happening all day on Sunday, this Sunday, December 7th. So that's one of our first special events that we have coming up. And then holiday activities, daily holiday activities will kick off December 19th. And that's horse-drawn Surrey rides, winter archery, outdoor laser tag, and then plus our classic winter activities such as ice skating, the snowshoeing, skiing, and snowboarding.
So a little bit of something for everybody. If you don't want to ski, there are other options that you have for the whole family.
Yeah, I mentioned the indoor golf, and that's for all experiences, all skill levels, all ages. You can go in there and just do it for pure entertainment fun. Or you can also use our golf simulators and book a lesson with our golf pros or a club fit. So, and then we also have the Crystal Spa, which is for adults only, but it is a very nice amenity for the adults.
That sounds nice. If people want to get away from the cold, just relax. And can everybody, your website, is that the best place, Brittany, where people can find all of the different events that you just talked about?
Yeah, definitely. Go to crystalmountain.com/events.
Perfect. Brittany, always good to see you and chat with you. Hopefully I'll see you next time in person. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you would like more information about Crystal Mountain, again, the slope's officially open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You can go to our website, UpNorthLive.com. We'll put a direct link to all those activities happening at Crystal. And sticking with skiing, look at our question of the day. Which ski area is your go-to? If you are one of those skiers out there, we would love to know what's your favorite spot. Check out our Facebook fan page, Up North Live. Go to our website, UpNorthLive.com. Chime in, and we, of course, as always, will check out those questions coming up a little bit later in this show. You can also scan that QR code as well. So check all of that out. All right, stay right here. We will take another look at that weather forecast coming up after the break.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
Welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix joins us for a look at that weather. Joe, we are not really seeing any relief as far as these temperatures go out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. A little bit below normal for this time of the year. So, you know, these are the highs today. You can see them there, Melissa. 14 at Newberry, that was it. This afternoon, Boyne Falls, 19. We're going to rebound a little bit. I think more 20s tomorrow, but these are the high temperatures. And if you're wondering, well, you know, it is December. But normal highs are still in the mid and upper 30s for this time of the year. So this is the departure from normal. So pick a spot on there, Melissa. Go ahead, pick one.
Newberry.
Yep, 21 degrees below normal is what that's saying. Your high temperature there today.
That hurts.
Yeah, Frankfurt 19 below. Or that's not the temperature, of course. That was the departure from normal. Here's why. Big bubble of cold air to our north, up around Hudson Bay. And we're on the edge of that here in the Great Lakes. So two things with this map. We're on the edge of the cold air. We're going to stay there. And the jet stream's kind of overhead, so it's going to periodically bring in these little clippers out of Canada as well. So that's the pattern through next week, essentially. And we'll see what happens beyond that, but that's through at least next Friday. So we'll run through kind of the next week in terms of snowfall. A little clipper tomorrow night, a few snow showers Saturday into Sunday. And then next Tuesday, looks like another one right there. And then hot on the heels of that, perhaps another one on Wednesday, maybe a little rain downstate. I know this is like, 5 days away or a week away, but it gives you the idea of these occasional systems coming through. Maybe another one late next week and perhaps again on Saturday. So active weather for northern Michigan. None of these are like big storms either. Each one bringing a little bit of snow and then some lake effect behind it. In the short term, we have one up near Winnipeg. Because of that coming in, we have winter weather advisories for Chippewa, Mackinac, Emmett, and Sheboygan counties until 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Could see 2 to 6 inches of snow here late tonight, and then a lot of wind. The wind is going to pick up tonight, early tomorrow, out of the southwest, so some blowing snow. There's where the snow is right now, just getting closer to Lake Superior. We won't see much of that until late tonight, but there it is. Snow and wind early, especially in the Straits, the UP, tip of the Mitt counties. Snow showers tomorrow afternoon for some areas, and then another round of snow tomorrow night, just ahead of a cold front. So, Manistee, maybe some late night plans, could be snowy. Giving you a look at that, and then Saturday, lake effect snow showers. And guess what? Sunday, a little clipper south, and then more snow showers. Been saying that for like a week, and probably should get used to saying that like the next week here. Snowfall, there's the forecast. Through tomorrow, between now and tomorrow evening, 1 to 2 inches, a little more Emmett, Sheboygan counties where we have those winter weather advisories. And then more snow Friday night, early Saturday. So this is about a 36 to 40 hour snowfall forecast. Again, away as you get south and east, not as much. North and west, a bit more. The top spot looks to be around Newberry, and north of there, we're perhaps up to 8 inches. All right, tonight, late snow with UP and Straits. Winds pick up out of the southwest, and then tomorrow, mostly morning snow for the UP, even a little sun maybe later in the day there. Sheboygan 28, along with Grayling, 28 there. If you're in the Grand Traverse region here, Benzonia, all the way up to Boyne Falls, Boyne City, plan on snow showers and scattered snow showers here, upper 20s to around 30, a southwest wind tomorrow. There's the weekend, a little cooler Sunday, scattered snow showers, and then, some snow expected Tuesday, and also again, Melissa, on Wednesday.
Soup weather, as I like to say. Make some soup and bundle up.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up, sports director Harrison Beebe spoke to McBain head coach Bruce Koopman for this week's Jimmy John Sports Corner to talk about staying competitive in the conference and across the state. Welcome back to Unscripted. Basketball season is back, and sports director Harrison Beebe joins us now with a preview and some highlights. Hey, Harrison.
Yeah, Melissa, basketball season, it's a long season. There's a lot of games to be played over the course of the next 4 months, so settle in now because we're going to hit the meat of the schedules down the road in the later parts of winter. But for an overview of kind of how things look, especially from one of the faces of high school basketball in Northern Michigan for almost 4 decades now, Bruce Copeman, started at McBain 30-plus years ago. He's been with the boys team 32 years. He's got 37 overall years experience with boys and girls, so he's seen just about everything in his tenure down there at McBain, and he's still going strong once again this year with the boys. We caught up with him in this week's Jimmy John Sports Corner.
The following segment is sponsored by Jimmy John's of Traverse City.
It's my 37th year. 32nd year as the boys' head varsity coach.
What is it that keeps you excited, keeps you motivated, keep you hungry after 3+ decades of coaching?
When you have a great season and you win, I just like to see that look of satisfaction on their faces. Because it's a long season, and know that you took 4 months and it all accumulated, all that hard work accumulated into something great. But it can be a journey. Like, I know 4 years ago, we were 1-7 and we finished under 500, and yet we still were able to win a district and almost win our first game in the regional. So that season was just as rewarding as probably some of the other seasons that I've had.
You've been to the top of the mountain in 2002, and, here you are. 20+ years later, you're still making serious runs to the Breslin. You were there 2 years ago. That team was talented enough to be there last year before coming up short in the quarterfinals.
Year in and year out, we have great athletes. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've been so blessed. Some of my coaching deficiencies, they've made me look pretty good because of their talent and athleticism.
You always have some really tall kids. How is it that you just end up with these skyscrapers?
I think it's the Dutch blood here, to be honest with you. Not trying to take a dig at any other nationalities or anything, but myself being Dutch, there's a lot of Dutch people in this community.
Yeah, Melissa, I've always thought that about McBain ever since I've covered sports up here. They're just so tall.
Really?
Playing on the floor. So I had to ask the coach what's going on. And so he thinks it's a Dutch thing.
It's a Dutch thing.
We'll go with that. Real quick before we go, Lions Cowboys tonight at 8:15. For those of you looking for it on your channel dial, it's exclusively on Amazon Prime up here. So unfortunately, if you want to watch the Lions game tonight, you're going to have a subscription to Amazon Prime to see that game. But we'll have you covered. Right. We'll recap it at 11.
All right, Harrison, thanks so much. Coming up, we will take a look at the live results for our question of the day coming up after the break.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
All right, well, let's check out that question of the day. Which ski area is your go-to? Mark chiming in on our Facebook page saying Crystal Mountain. It's well-maintained, runs and lifts, lots of snowmaking, and lots to do off the slopes. Josh saying Silver Mountain in Idaho, and Phil saying the Vasa. Check out our Facebook page, Up North Live. You can see some of the results there from some of the hot spots throughout the area for skiing. Remember, Crystal Mountain does open their slopes tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thanks for tuning in tonight for Unscripted. We'll see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. Have a fabulous night.